Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson doing bodybuilding show. That's the topic that everyone discussing in fitness industry right now. There was a lot of people who knew about this whole thing before, like competing athletes, their coaches, different independent media, but they kinda kept it to themselves, and only now it's been brought up to everyone. There was a video on YouTube channel called Nick Strength and Power, and this is to follow up on that story. I had a chance to talk to 4 times Mr. Olympia Cutler, plus I spoke with Stanimal at Gold's Gym Venice this morning. For those of you who don't know, he's a classic physique competitor of this upcoming Olympia, plus he's a very close friend with Sean Rodden, current Mr. Olympia. So here's what Stanimal and Cutler had to say about this huge, I think, event in bodybuilding industry, Rock's Games or pro bodybuilding show that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is going to do next year. So let's hear him. I was wondering if you know something about this event.
Yeah, what do you want to know?
like anything, there is a very good chance that prize money are going to be like twice more than Olympia's money. Is that so?
Yeah, so, basically, historically speaking, the Olympia was the biggest show in the Pro League, of course, the biggest title. But when so Olympia LLC belongs to AMI, this is something a lot of people don't know and they don't understand. Once Sean got banned from the Olympia, as long as the court case is open, this is nothing to do with the Pro League. The Pro League, they own the athletes, it's the federation, and every show belongs to a promoter. So here we have muscle contest show, they run all the show in California. They have shows every week basically. The Olympia, they have one show a year, but it's like the biggest one. That's the thing that's a little complicated. Since it's the biggest show, it would make sense that it would be completely controlled by the Pro League, but it's not the case right now. So what the Pro League is doing right now, they associate themselves with Dwayne Johnson, and they're planning on doing a show. It's going to start next year. The calendar is not out yet, but as far as I know, it's planned to be in May, and they're trying to move it maybe in October. But it's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia.
So that's soon. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be. They want to make it the biggest show in bodybuilding. The Arnold Classic. Arnold always made a promise to Joe Wheeler that he would never offer more money at the Arnold than the Olympia to keep the Olympia.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so Dwayne Johnson will be normally a bigger show and bigger prize.
Mr. Olympia, let's make it clear for our audience. Mr. Olympia is just one of the commercial bodybuilding contests, which is just happen to be more successful. It's not any different to, I don't know, muscle contest in Ireland.
Basically,
it's just bigger.
It's bigger because...
But it has nothing to do with the federation itself, with IFBB.
But the IFBB, they own the athletes, but they don't have any shows. I mean, they have the Pittsburgh Pro, which belongs to Manion, but it's the Manion show in Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Pro. So they run this one, but all the other promoters, the New York Pro, all the Team Garner show,
they pay a fee to be part of this federation.
Exactly. You pay fees depending how many pro events you have, depending how many divisions you want, if you offer pro cards, all these things you pay fees to the Pro League. Pro League just wants to, that's me thinking, they just want to have more control on the biggest show in the federation, which makes sense. Dwayne Johnson obviously is the #1 actor right now in Hollywood, and he's got a lot of contacts. He was trying to get the Olympia on television 2 years ago, and so I mean overall it should give more light to the sport for us. I mean, The Rock is known to love and support bodybuilding. He trains almost every day. He trains actually really hard. I've seen him a couple of times here. He loves bodybuilding, so
he's got a lot of opportunities to promote this show.
I assume with the Dwayne Johnson involved with this show, it's gonna be a lot of marketing behind it. Since he's got all these contacts and he wants to promote the sport to another level, it should bring more media exposure for us. That's one thing that's lacking right now. We know because we're in the sport that the Olympia is in 4 weeks, but for a lot of people, many people, they have no idea. Even if when you go to Vegas, you have one billboard that say Mr. Olympia weekend, but I don't think it's very visible. It's not if you visit Vegas, it's the Olympia weekend now.
They always have all these different shows. Every week there is I don't know, DJ Tiesto or Christina Aguilera or Britney Spears or Backstreet Boys or whatsoever. So it's not whole Vegas just goes to New Orleans Arena and watch Olympia. It's not like that.
I think that's one thing that's lacking, promotion behind it. But I love sports, and like UFC, all that kind of thing. I love to see like the athletes prepare for the fights, and I would love to have like, you know, since AMI is a media company, I think they should be, you know, trying to fly out to, you know, Gold Gym Venice, film some Dexter, Sean, all these guys prepping for the Olympia, then go to New York, Best
Like
Gym,
athletes getting prepared.
and seeing like, you know, what's going on, like what the
Behind the
athletes are
scene
doing.
things,
I think instead of just the athletes doing them by themselves, I think the show itself would benefit from, you know, promoting the athletes more. The last champion, you know, Phil Heath is not doing it. The actual champ is supposed to be banned. Then you have Big Ramy, who's like has been runner-up in top 5 the last few years, and he's not doing it. You have no Kai Green, so it's like right now we got you know, Brandon Curry, Bonac, Rolly, but Rolly was 3rd last year, so it's like you don't have like the top, you know, you have the 3rd guy basically, like you have 3, 4, 5th place from last year, but you don't have like the top, you know, the best of the best. They're missing, so of course it takes away from the show, and also, you know, having a new champion when you have nobody defending it, it's not as exciting to watch. It would be much better if Sean was there.
Absolutely.
You know, it would make the whole show more interesting for everybody.
Do you know how that show is gonna be called? Like Rock's Games?
No, they can't use the name The Rock because it belongs to WWE.
Oh, you know that. And when is the calendar out? When do we know for a fact the
It's gonna be
dates
like
of the show?
normally the calendar comes out in December.
That's interesting. I mean, real top athletes, if they're gonna get themselves ready for this show instead of Mr. Olympia, it's gonna change the game completely.
Well, I mean, if they move it in October, people can do both.
October, yes, but you mentioned May,
May,
maybe.
yeah, so far. But now it was planned for May.
Yeah. I think it would make more sense if they separate the 2 events.
It depends what they like. I think depending where they place it is gonna speak for what they're trying to do exactly. Is it trying to take away from the Olympia, or if they're trying to make it just another show?
They might negotiate it right now, like business people, like money people. Thanks, them.
No problem.
Appreciate the time.
Pleasure.
Sport Faza, Stanimal, subscribe to Stan. Link to his IG and his YouTube channel in the description box below.
Thank you.
He shut out Phil and like when he was involved, but he's launching his own show now in Atlanta next year.
Like
The
bodybuilding
Rock-
show?
Yeah, it's going to be like an Arnold Classic type. He's going to launch his own, like it's called the Rock Games or whatever. So he's
It's
launching.
gonna be athletic stuff
No,
or
he's going to do like a
bodybuilding,
whole expo,
real deal?
like a pro show and everything. Like a lot of money, prize money and stuff. But he's doing.
He can beat Mr. Olympia. Like,
He's going to have his own show.
that's great.
Yeah, it's announced, I think now. Pretty cool.
You know, he always looked up to Arnold. You know, he's like taking over the business now, or trying to.
Famous action star in the world.
Yeah.